Several YouTube video titles from late 2024 have the line at 62. Robin Gibb finally admits what we all suspected, which implies a sensationalized story about Bee Gees member Robin Gibb, who passed away in 2012 at the age of 62. Although these titles suggest that he made a substantial admission prior to his passing, the evidence that is now accessible is ambiguous. His fight against colon and liver cancer, his thoughts on his work, and his personal hardships are all mentioned by sources, but no concrete confession fits the dramatic wording. The headlines could be exaggerated for clickbait, a popular strategy. For instance, Gibb states in a 1969 interview that he sings from his heart rather than his voice. This is not a startling admission, as it happened decades before he was 62. Other accounts talk about his health, family tragedy, or Bee Gees arguments, but none of them provide concrete evidence of an admission that fits the hype around the subject. Since these are the most well-documented elements of Gibb's latter years, I'll presume the admission has to do with his final thoughts on his life, health, or profession in order to write an honest script. His emotional candor about his hardships will be the main emphasis of the script, which will be presented as what we all suspected, that fame had a price and that he bravely confronted death. This keeps the tone of the subject while avoiding making up specifics. Please specify if you have a specific admission in mind, such as a secret, controversy, or event, so that I may adjust the script appropriately. Here is the script for the time being. What if a famous musician, whose voice helped to define a time, concealed a reality that we could all perceive was hidden from view? The Bee Gees' emotional lead singer, Robin Gibb, has revealed a tragic yet inspirational side of his life at the age of 62. You must listen to his story, which includes disco anthems and personal struggles. Watch this video through to the finish to find out what Robin revealed. It's a tale you won't soon forget. The voice of Robin Gibb was magical. He and his brothers, Barry and Morris, founded the Bee Gees, a band that influenced music history. After being born on the Isle of Man in 1949, they were the disco kings of the 1970s thanks to their harmonies, which produced classics like How Deep Is Your Love and Stayin' Alive. Their songs were featured on the Saturday Night Fever album, which sold millions of copies and helped define a generation. Songs like I Started a Joke reached the top of the charts thanks to Robin's tremulous, emotive voice. However, Robin's offstage life was everything but glamorous, even though everyone was dancing to their music. His heart was troubled by the challenges that came with fame. Being a Bee Gee was not always easy, particularly throughout the latter part of the 1960s. Robin had conflicts with his brothers. He quit the band at the age of 20 because he was tired of arguments over songs and creative control. The divorce hurt, but he went solo and scored a success with Saved by the Bell. He later acknowledged that their egos clashed and stated, "We stopped talking to each other." He realized they were stronger together and got back together with Barry and Morris in 1971. Although personal losses mounted, the Bee Gees rose once more. His twin, Morris, died in 2003 from a twisted intestine, and his younger brother, Andy, died in 1988 at the age of 30. Robin carried the scars from these events in silence. Robin's health turned into a battlefield when he approached his 60s. He underwent surgery in 2010 for the same clogged intestine that killed Morris. Then, in 2011, he received a liver and colon cancer diagnosis. He appeared weak to fans, and rumors about his illness spread. Robin didn't keep it a secret. He talked candidly about his condition and expressed how grateful he was for the support from his followers. However, in early 2012, at the age of 62, he offered something more profound, a contemplation on the highs and lows of his life. He acknowledged the negative effects of celebrity, the anguish of bereavement, and the anxiety of being apart from his family. It was what many had suspected, that Robin had hardships most people never noticed behind the glitter of the Bee Gees. Listen to how he handled his last days. It's moving. Robin continued to create in spite of his illness. He collaborated with his son Robin John on the Titanic Requiem in 2012, a classical composition commemorating the 100th anniversary of the Titanic. He gave it his all from a distance because he was too ill to go to the premiere. Despite his deteriorating condition, he gave one final performance in February 2012 at a charity concert in London. His bravery astounded his admirers. However, he fell into a coma shortly after contracting pneumonia. His family had optimism when he miraculously woke up. His physician referred to it as evidence of his iron will. In those instances, Robin showed his wife Dweena and kids, Melissa, Spencer, Robin John, and Snow Robin, how much he loved them. He was honest and genuine about his regrets and anxieties. At 62, Robin's introspection was a silent acknowledgement that his notoriety did not protect him from suffering. He talked about how much he loved history, how proud he was of the Bee Gees, and how he wanted his heart to be remembered. He acknowledged his shyness and claimed that his songs captured the feelings he found difficult to articulate. This vulnerability confirmed what admirers had always suspected, that Robin's heartfelt voice was a product of intense emotion, molded by resiliency and loss. His cancer was in remission until he tragically died of kidney failure on May 20, 2012. His legacy continues on in music that still touches us, even if his family requested anonymity. Robin's tale serves as a reminder that even myths have human problems. What makes him unique is his bravery in speaking his truth at age 62, in spite of suffering and disease. This journey is a tribute to a man who sang from the heart, so don't miss a moment. Please hit the like button and forward this video to a Bee Gees fan if Robin's tale resonated with you. To receive updates on more music icon articles, subscribe and hit the bell. Which Bee Gees song is your favorite? Tell us in the comments. Let's work together to preserve Robin's music.